Hey guys, I got a little extra little man toy today. I normally build all my drones and race drones and stuff like that, but been wanting to get a good thermal or fair thermal anyway, so I ordered an Autel Robotics 640T Enterprise with the thermal camera. Just got it in today, so I'm gonna unbox it, but just to show you a little bit. It come in a big old package together. I got the one that has the extra battery, so it has 2 batteries with it, and we got a lot of stuff taped to it, so I'm just ripping into this stuff right now, and I'll let you know. I think that's a landing pad and then the drone, and they sent the extra battery separate. It was just packed in there with the big packaging, and I believe that is the remote battery right there. But I'm going to tear into this stuff and see what we got, because I'm ready to try it out. Got a landing pad here. I don't know what that is. Got some ground stakes, maybe some markers or something. I don't know if that's going to help the drone land or not, but I probably won't use that. Never used the landing pad before. Been flying for a long time, but this is my first drone that it's going to basically fly itself mainly, but I'm not real used to that, so I'll probably end up wrecking it. And as you know, plenty of drones experience from a build. So like I said, the battery, landing pad, some stakes, little orange markers. I got a pack here. The other little thing I thought was the battery for the remote is 2 extra blades, propellers. Now, I didn't get the one with the hard case, but I'll probably regret it, but I'll try to take care of this and keep this as a box case and keep it dry until I get me a hard case. The controller. It's supposed to be a pretty nice controller. Still don't know how I'm going to act with these drones that basically fly themselves almost. We'll figure it out. Then got the gimbals in the back to screw on. I watched a few other videos on this and just to check it out and try it. Looks like the charging gear. Yep, so that's the battery chargers right there. And we have our thermal 640T Enterprise. It's got a little weight to it, so like a little block, and that's because one of the batteries is installed in there. And the camera cover fell off, so this camera's just spinning. Let's hope I don't mess nothing up there. And that's basically it in the box. So like I said before, I've been building for about 8 years, like to fly and race, but as you can see in one of my previous videos, I built the thermal drone. Wasn't that great. Camera fried after a snowstorm, but it worked pretty good until that, and I wasn't going to spend $300 on another camera. Charging, I guess it'll turn fully solid when charged. And we have some instructions on the screen protector. So make sure you gotta charge the battery to activate it, and gives you some directions on what each function does, the button. So keep that in mind. Don't peel your thing off and throw it away before you get started. In the box with the charging cables is the instructions, or instruction paper with a little cleaning cloth. So keep that in mind. Don't throw your box away. Was about to make a mistake. But your instructions is kind of slip down in there. If you ain't paying attention, you won't see it. Cool. On the drone, you got a little SD card slot here, and it did come with an SD card. Just making a few key notes you might want to know. Sensors are covered with a little paper protector, propellers wrapped and protected pretty well. And you can tell by the size of it with my hand. I got a pretty big hand, but it feels pretty solid. So I think it's gonna hold up well. This keynote on the battery is to check battery level. Just press. See that one little flash? That means it's dead. So just wanted to note that. And if you hold it for 3 seconds, it's gonna turn on the drone. I have not done that yet because I don't have everything ready yet, and reading up on the first few little keynotes, quick start guide to get up in the air, and then it should be pretty simple there. But said, okay, on the remote while it's charging, pulled out on the top. You got the little slip out and a USB. Looks like a USB port, probably for updating firmware, but I figured that would go through the C, but maybe not. I'll have to figure that out later and let you know. But there is a SD card slot here as well. Pretty sure if you want to screen record or something like that, if it does it from the controller, you would need an SD card there again. So the drone did come with an SD card, but the remote did not. I do recommend keeping your case. The drone will fit back in there. I don't have the hard case, but right now, like I said, we're gonna go with the cardboard. And there is a battery slot there, drone there, remote there. I guess your charger's there. So it'll hold 2 batteries in this box case. Alright, so you don't have to put a memory card into the controller if you do not want to. It has 32 gigabytes and it is used for updates when offline, and stuff like that. And also you can expand the storage to 32 gigabytes. I'm pretty sure this thing screen records and keeps pictures, videos, and data, flight log data on it. But you can put up to a 128 gigabyte card into it, or RAID, to expand your, your storage for the unit. So just learning as I go and trying to help y'all out if you need a little info on it. Okay, I'm going ahead and installing my sticks. You really want to be probably careful with your controller not to drop it. Small screws. So just be careful with those gimbals. I'm pretty sure they'll break pretty easy if you drop the face down and the screws and all. Just want to add in on the controller your modes 1, 2, and 3. Hopefully it starts off in mode 2. That's what I fly. And I wanted to see if you could plug in a battery backup. So this thing says you got 1.5 hours of flight, you only got 1 battery. So if you're taking longer than that to find your deer, or your search and recovery, or whatever it is you're doing, surveying the land, I want to find out if it'll power on while it's plugged up. So here we go. Power. Still charging. This is my first time powering on. A little quick start guide. Forward, backwards, left, right, ascend, descend. That's the mode I want. Gives you a lot of little details. Photo, record, albums, gimbal, angle. Not for sure about that gimbal angle yet. Hardware, warning RC battery, toolbar. You can create missions here. There's a lot to that, but I'm not going to go into all that. Waypoints and setting the height of waypoints when you're going to the next waypoint and all that good stuff. Not getting into all that. I'm just ready to fly this thing and look for some deer. It's plugged in, so if you've got some little, I'm pretty sure it's 5 volt, your little backup battery packs for charging your phone, you can carry it along in the field, plug it right in, and pretty sure you won't lose no power because it's charging. It just went from 91 to 92%. So carry your little backups. Telling you, 1.5 hours. Then you got 2 batteries. That's 40 minutes each. Oh, okay. Along with the talking about the battery charge for the remote, if it does 1.5 hours, I only got 2 batteries, and they say flight times could be 40 minutes. I doubt it'll reach that, depending on the wind and how much you're throttling and all. If you're probably coasting, you might get 40 minutes. I don't know yet, but if you got 2 batteries at 40 minutes, that's 80 minutes of flight time and 1.5 hours on the controller. As I was talking about, carry an external battery source for plugging in, backup battery charger. So 1.5 would be 90 minutes. So 2 batteries should be able to burn 2 batteries with 1 charge on the controller, or 3 if they get less flight time than that. Okay, just a keynote here. I was looking for updates, wanting to check updates and all that. Hadn't found that yet, but when you power on your remote, it's just like Android, and I love Android. But if you push up, you get your 3 little tabs, and then just hit your little round button, go into settings, and you can see I've already connected mine to my internet, so I can make sure I try to get updates, because I'm pretty sure the updates come through this. And you power on your drones. They say have your drone at 50%, your remote at 50%, and should get updates, I hope, since I'm connected to the internet now. And you got the basic Chrome. I mean, it's just basically an Android device. Galleries, so you go back to your Autel app and it shows basically everything there. On your screen you have your menu on the right. You can go into settings here, and you see these. That's your flight, return to home altitudes and all that. Don't have the drone powered on right now, so I just wanted to see what this stuff does. RC calibrations. Wanted to check connect to aircraft, so I guess would have to be powered on to check updates. Alright guys, I got it outside real enough just to get it up in the air on the arm and take off buttons and all that. And then we had an update firmware to go, and I want to be up to date, and since I connected it to my Wi-Fi, I'm close to the house, so it picked up the update. Now it's downloading it, and it says it can take about 15 minutes, so that's why you want to have your charge up. But see, I done set my little drone landing pad out there because I wanted to see how close it would land on the pad when it returned home, because I want to do that automatically and let it do its own thing. Also to add, it says please remove propellers before you start the update, but it was too late. I done set it on the ground and started the update, so we're not stopping it, and I don't want no kind of error. Just stay out of range of it if you got that going on for safety. You can see it is updating. It's updating the drone. Maybe estimated time remaining just keeps flopping back and forth, so hopefully it gets done soon. And they're recovering and have the ability to just do little crazy missions. So the drone is updated. Now we're on the smart controller version, all that. I like to keep this for my record as well. So after the update, it says you're supposed to turn off the drone and the controller and restart them. So just keep that in mind. I build a lot of drones, and sometimes when you know, just mess with something or interfere with the updates, you could break it and something might not go right, and then you'll be out of luck. So just let it do its thing. Make sure you got good internet connection. This being a little Android device, you can connect it to your phone hotspot as well out in the woods, but luckily I'm here at the house. So after downloading the updates, drone starts uploading the update and get fast flashing lights. Remember, stay out of the zone with propellers. Now I guess the controller's updating. Green lights flashing back and forth.
We got a shot collar just,
but maybe it's still drone.
Just like that one. I was hitting it.
Power off just jumped up on the screen and the drone disconnected. Now it looks like the controller's getting its update. Controller's restarting again. I think both updates will be complete, then we'll just have to restart the controller and the drone. Alright, we got a remote controller upgrade successful. Please restart the remote controller. So we're going to restart the drone too. So we got the drone updated, up in the sky. Truck in front of us on the road. Thermal split screen. Alright. First flight. Return to home. Manual. Let's see how far it misses the pad. Bingo. Alright, so I want to just give you a little hint on what to do when I first turn this thing on and you can't hardly hear the remote control calling out the audibles for errors or GPS. So if you pull down on the screen just like an Android, you go to your settings icon and then go to sound and notifications, and you can turn your volumes up and down here so you can hear warnings and all that good stuff. So just make sure you do that, because I couldn't hear it at first, and then let you know warnings. And then low light, the sensors to pick up objects doesn't work well, and it'll let you know that. So this is a video of the drone hovering infrared on the pickup truck in like 14 seconds. So awesome stabilization. Then this is the camera without infrared. Same video footage, 14 seconds. So it gives you an idea of the stabilization of the drone. Now, me and my wife was outside on one of the test flights, and that's my dog in the neighbor's yard on the black and white hot. So we had to call her back, and then she comes back and you can see us two standing beside the car. So this is the first test flight, but awesome image. So we're running a little thermal image on one of the first test flights, and see a little black dot out in the field. You'll see in just a little bit. I thought it was a deer or something at first, and I couldn't tell, but actually it ends up being irrigation. I'll pull up and change color palettes here in just a minute and just show you that. Sorry about all the silence, but just don't want to record through everything on here. Alright, so here we're flipping through a few palettes, different colors and all. I'm kind of like everybody else. I'm kind of liking the black hot for, the best, and trying to just pick that little image up of the irrigation box out in the field again here. Now you'll notice when I flip back to a black white hot and I fly up just a little bit, you can tell what the box is, and you can see the irrigation on there. Okay, as you can notice now, you can see the irrigation pump. So I've acted the return to home button and letting this do its thing and fly on back by itself. So I activated return to home feature and it's returning to its home location. You can see us on the ground, 2, 3 black dots. There's a fourth one there, I don't know what that is, in front of us, but 3 vehicles there coming down. You can see the little round white home landing pad, and it just does miss that. And it's just awesome when it comes down and it starts to land, the light flips on and on the bottom of the drone and lights up the ground underneath. So that's pretty neat, but you can turn that utility light on during flight too, so as well.
It just by
so
a little bit.
keep that in mind.